What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. I am rolling out daily Manchester City transfer updates throughout all of the summer transfer window for you guys to enjoy. So make sure if you haven't already, do subscribe, as I will keep you up to date first and fast on YouTube with the latest Manchester City transfer news this summer. Also, don't forget as well, social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen. If you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, my email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 500 likes is the aim, and also don't forget as well to let me know your thoughts on what you make of these transfers in the comments below. Lastly, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by OneFootball. This video is brought to you by OneFootball. If you want to download the OneFootball app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of my description, which will take you forward to where you can download this app. The OneFootball app is extremely useful if you are a huge football fan just like me. It provides you with the latest footballing news, transfer news, and the latest videos as well. It is one source of information of where I get my transfer news from. It also allows you to see the latest scores with what's happening in the footballing world. If you just click on a game, including any Manchester City game, it will not only bring up the latest team news, but it will also bring up the latest statistics and keep you up to date with everything happening in that game. If you want to download this app, all you need to do is press the link at the top of the description to stay up to date. Thank you very much to OneFootball for sponsoring this video. If you want to go and check out OneFootball, then the link is in the description to go and download the free OneFootball app. So let's crack on with this transfer update. We're going to start off with some contract news, and we've got an update on Ilkay Gundogan. Now, the Daily Star has said that Pep Guardiola is still holding firm that Ilkay Gundogan is going to stay at Manchester City, and the plan is to offer him a new contract. Now, Gundogan is held in high esteem at Manchester City, and with his contract being up next summer, City do have the option of another year's extension on that, and I wouldn't be surprised to see City go even further beyond that, and potentially, not sure if they'll give him a pay rise. They might give him a small pay rise, you never know, but the City obviously hold him in high regard here, want Ilkay Gundogan to stay at the club, so rather than just giving him 1 year extension, could look to maybe 2 or 3 years, which could tempt Gundogan to get that signed. And with the potential maybe of Bernardo Silva leaving Manchester City, I've got a feeling that Ilkay Gundogan is going to become ever more pivotal to Manchester City, so it's important that we do get him tied down ASAP. Now, moving on to the outs, we've got an update on some young players, including Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, and Pep Guardiola has confirmed that Joshua Wilson-Esbrand, along with Rico Lewis and Luke Mbete, will not be loaned out by Manchester City this summer. They are going to stay around the first team squad for the season, so a big congratulations to them. Joshua Wilson-Esbrand is going to be staying. He's going to be competing with Sergio Gomes for the left back position, as we're not expecting a left back to be signed from for a senior left back to be added to Man City's squad, so we can Cancelo as left back and Wilson-Esbrand and also Sergio Gomes competing for that rotation spot for Manchester City. Obviously injury pending there, and obviously Man City not looking towards either Gomes or Wilson-Esbrand heading out on loan, so interesting to see how that develops over the season. Now, speaking of loans, Kayky, got an update on him, and he has officially left Manchester City on loan. He's gone to Pacos de Ferreira over in Portugal that we have been speaking about, and he heads out there on a season-long loan. So wishing Kayky the very best of luck on his loan move, and hope he goes and smashes it in Portugal for the season. Now, moving on, another player that could be leaving City on loan is Liam Delap, who was used around the first team squad, struggled with injuries a little bit last season. Anyway, he's going to be heading out on loan is what's going to be happening there. Pep Guardiola has confirmed that City are in the process of loaning Liam Delap out. The question is, where will he go? Alan Nixon has said that West Brom, they're keen on Liam Delap. I would be surprised if Stoke City weren't, of course, interested in signing Liam Delap as well, obviously with their close ties with Rory Delap, who is Liam Delap's dad. So yes, there's other interest there. I can imagine demand being quite high, particularly from clubs in the Championship, so interesting to see where Liam Delap goes and how he does develop. Now, moving on to the final story of the outs, gives us a big update on Bernardo Silva. Now, Gerard Romero over in Spain has said that Bernardo Silva negotiations, they are now underway. Does make sense that Bernardo sent out a tweet thanking fans. He stayed behind after the game against Bournemouth as well and applauded them too, and it just gets a general feel that something is happening in the background. It has been reported that Bernardo Silva is in Barcelona currently at this time and looking at properties. It could be him and his entourage, or his entourage being out there. It's not very clear on that, so we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, City's stance here very clear. They want a big fee. He's got 3 years left on his current Manchester City contract. Manchester City will sell Bernardo Silva this summer if they do get a big offer. Barcelona, their 50 million euros offer that they were willing to pay Manchester City, then rumours, they're rubbish. Manchester City will not be selling Bernardo Silva for a cheap fee. 80 million euros has been suggested. I have heard Reshad Rahman on Twitter, who's formerly Hagrid FCB, has said that City are looking at £80 million, not 80 million euros, to make this transfer happen. And to me, that's still a little low. I'd value Bernardo Silva at around 35 to 40 million pound per season that he is here. Considering that's 3 years left on his contract, we're looking at what, maybe between 100 to 120 million pound is what I would be looking for, rather than 80 million pound. I still think with Barcelona, if they even came in with that offer, are 20 to 30 million pound short. To me, in the values and what clubs are willing to pay and everything, you've got to compare it with other transfers to get a rough idea of players' values. To me, I don't get how you can sit there and say that Jack Grealish is worth more for a transfer fee than Bernardo Silva, considering Bernardo Silva still has a fair length left on his contract. That to me doesn't make sense. Now, Pol Ballus at The Athletic has said that Man City are not going to budge on their 100 million euros, which is 80 million pound value for Bernardo Silva. They're not going to move on that by a millimetre, and the stance is that City do not wish to sell Bernardo Silva this summer. Even Kevin De Bruyne has been speaking about Bernardo Silva, and he said that he doesn't think Bernardo's going to leave Manchester City this summer, which I find very interesting. Now, Simon Mullock at The Mirror has said that Man City aren't very happy with Barcelona. Says City feel like Barcelona feel like they can prize Bernardo away from us with dirty tricks and to try and sign him on the cheap, looking at less than £60 million is what Barcelona want to pay, and City have laughed this off and said the stance is very, very clear. Unless a big offer is received, Bernardo Silva stays at Manchester City. Conflicting rumours about what's happening, but from Bernardo's end and from other players' ends and other sources and everything. So this is a very interesting transfer, and whilst Pep Guardiola said that Man City might not be looking at many incomings from now until the end of the window, it's going to be very interesting to see if City can keep hold of Bernardo Silva from Barcelona's clutches from now until the end of the transfer window. So that's the direction we seem to be heading in. Now, moving on to the ins, we've got an update on Sergio Gomes, who is all but a Manchester City player. Everything's been announced, even his shirt number and everything. Very interesting, but still, he hasn't officially by the club been announced as of yet, but I am expecting that in the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, Sergio Gomes, Pep Guardiola has spoken more about him before the Bournemouth game. He said that Sergio's perfect, he's adaptable, he's not the complete article, but he is versatile and he's a player that he wants to use around the first team squad. He reminds me a lot of Alexander Zinchenko. Obviously, Zinchenko had the experience of being at Manchester City, was signed for a cheap fee, and he did adapt, give him 2 or 3 seasons, and he was a cracking little player, and I think that's the plan here with Sergio Gomes as well. So I think he's the Alexander Zinchenko replacement for Manchester City. Now, Pep has confirmed, said City won't be doing any more signings this summer, which is sad news for my channel, and hopefully that does mean that Bernardo Silva stays, because if he does leave, City surely would be getting a replacement. If they don't, they're playing a very risky game when it comes to injuries, but there we are. And so Sergio Gomes, he was at the Etihad at the weekend watching Manchester City's comprehensive 4-0 victory over AFC Bournemouth at the Etihad Stadium, which I'll have my review and everything up from tomorrow for you guys to enjoy. I apologise that that's all behind everything. It's just been so hectic and crazy in the life of JSGC that just not got round to it. There's just so much other things that I'm just getting sorted for you guys, but that is coming, of course, definitely is coming, where I'll be able to give you my thoughts on that, and the captain at Manchester City, new captain Ilkay Gundogan and everything. I'll give that in my thoughts in tomorrow's tomorrow's video. But yeah, he has been at Manchester City. He's had pictures with fans, which was nice to see as well. Obviously in the stadium, and it's all but confirmed that he is going to be a Man City player, and he's going to wear the number 21 shirt, which was formerly David Silva. Of course, big shoes to fill there, with David Silva being Spanish Dave and the Spanish little legend El Maggio, of course, at Manchester City. And Sergio Gomes now coming in, taking that shirt with pride, knowing that David Silva has worn that shirt, and now he's coming in to try and take over the reins to help Manchester City when it comes to their defence, when it comes to a fullback, and signing a left back, which we've all but done. We're going to be signing a left back, ladies and gentlemen. That is very exciting indeed. So there we go, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. 500 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget to add as well social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave your thoughts, what you make of these transfers, in the comments below. And lastly, do subscribe to my channel as well. Daily Manchester City transfer updates from now until the end of the transfer window, keeping you up to date every single day with all the latest Manchester City transfer news on YouTube. So do make sure that you have subscribed, and I'll see you all again for the next Manchester City transfer update tomorrow religiously. So I'll see you then. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.